when I hit the 10K followers is I am kind of tired.
Thank you.
Like this much or that much. Attracts every other person, even the housewife. It is more about creating content to attract
So hit the pain, give the. Let's cut the can out of it.
awareness.
Okay, Ishka, let's cut the crap. I would really like to ask you this question about when you were starting on Instagram and you first went to 10,000 followers. I remember that you weren't really able to sell a lot. But right now you're making over 10, 20,000 per week passively through Instagram without putting in that much effort. So what was that one thing that you guys changed that like changed the game on Instagram for you? Because a lot of people on Instagram get like 100 and 200,000 views, but they're not able to sell. What did you guys do differently?
It is more about creating content to attract the right kind of people that you want to attract. Like there are like a lot of awareness levels of people, maybe like intermediate, beginners, and experts. So the kind of content that you are creating, it should align only with those kind of people. Say for example, my intention is to attract the people who are between this beginner and intermediate, not either intermediate or not the beginner level. So what kind of content would attract them in general, and what makes them follow me? So what are the value that they are looking for in specific? And I tie that with my expertise and the results that I'm bringing to the table, and then I like attract them as a followers for my post. So basically, rather than going viral and creating a kind of lot of viral content, I'm creating a lead pool in general. So who are following me can be like monetized in a week or a month, probably.
Nice. Yeah. So it's basically like when we try to go viral and basically we attract the unaware audience, it takes
Yes.
like months and months to just nurture them. But
Yes.
because of your messaging, they're already pre nurtured. Is that correct?
Yes.
So could you give me some, like, for example, for the viewers watching, people who are confused about should they focus more on doing trends and going viral, and people who are confused about should we create specific niche content, who should do what? That's the first question, and how should they do it?
Okay. If the lead generation is a primary concern for any other people, I would say like combine the viral hooks with the expertise that you are having. Say for example, if someone is going viral, say for example, I have seen a video of a video editor, I guess, yeah, graphic designer or video editor, I'm not sure. The person was recording a cold call video just because it is going viral. No way it is gonna add any value to the person, even if it is like a viral 1 million view, 10 million view. It doesn't matter for the person who is like doing that,
Right.
because the audience, it will be like a normal people. Because the moment you say like I'm making like this much or that much, it attracts every other person, even the housewife,
Right.
right?
Right.
If they are following you in the like in the imagination of like, okay, I'm gonna get a money making hack from this person, that follower is like empty follower. So if you want to filter that, you have to go deep into the analysis of who your target audience or how exactly you want them to attract and make them as your follower. So to do that, you have to create the content in a way that comes from the pain of them, like not exactly very pain of them. It is like what inspires them. So when the moment they have to follow you, what is the emotion that they will be thinking? Okay, this person is providing value or this person is solving my problem. So the reason for them to follow you. So once you have that reason, like go to the viral hooks again and create the content accordingly. Say for example, I went from this to this and this is the exact step I followed. So instead of that, and here's how you can do it, like funnel them down to a page where you can collect every information and put them down a funnel. So
Got.
always tie the virality with a funnel that is working in the behind.
That sounds really well. What I would like to do is to make it very granular for the audiences. I want you to go through an example. Let's take, I am a, let's say, graphic designer, as you said. I design graphics, I sell it for, let's say, 5,000 rupees. Now, for me, what would you say is, let's say, the messaging that I should take if I, let's say, target SaaS business owners? Right.
Okay.
How would I understand their pain first? And second, how would I message them through a content? I just give an example.
Okay, if it is a lead generation content, the
Yes.
best way that you can do is like showcasing the value that you are going to provide. Because as a graphic designer, if you like even go to a kind of logo design, you can't actually create educational video to attract founders. Like this is how exactly you should design a logo. Like nobody is gonna like watch that. So like go back to the already case studies that you have had and document that thought process behind it. So this is the client that I work with. This is the logo that I'm gonna create. So the hook can be like something unexpected. From that kind of unexpected hook, the progress can go away, and then the CTA can come. So if you are someone who's wanting to get a similar design, just DM this word and I'll send you the more details about how we can work together. So
For
it can
sure.
be a very direct pitch if it is a lead generation. While showing the process that you are doing, you will also attract the people who want to follow you, like who is like learn from you.
Hmm.
So you are collecting both the audiences in a single shot.
Hmm. But with that, I would like to know about this, Ganesh, because when you, let's say, do a direct pitch, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't it, like, because it's organic, it's not an ad, doesn't it make the person seem like this guy is just here to sell, or like he's just trying to sell me? How do you guys
If it's
avoid that?
a direct pitch, like if you, it is all about the sounding that you are doing. Say for example, if take an example like a celebrity page, like hardly they are doing only promotion rather than doing anything. We are
Mm-hmm.
following them for the reason like whom they are, like why we are following them, because we aspire, like like respect their work and everything.
Yeah,
So equally, like if you take that energy and put it into our work, we are not huge celebrity and people will not follow for us like what we are doing. So
for sure.
essentially, when you make a pitch, it should be like tied to the value that you're providing. So people
Mm.
should also learn from you something and make a direct pitch out of it. So say for example, I'll go and make like I helped a founder to go from like 3 to 19 calls in 30 days. Here is how the process that looks like for them. And in the end, and if you're also a founder, like come on this keyword and I'll help you set up a system that works for you. So this will educate the audience, show my
Mm.
authority, attract the people who want to buy from me the digital products, attract the
Mm.
founders to comment on it. So
Mm.
that is how a short should be done.
I like that. I really like that. It's not like a lot of people do this mistake of they start selling with everything. It's like, hey, they start with the sales. And I
Yes.
think that's the problem. You have to start with the, it's a trust building or relationship building or whatever building, and then go into sales.
Yes, because the reels is going to go reach the non-followers probably. So
Yeah.
if you make it like kind of cold, obviously it will go cold. So instead you trust, like build the trust and then like go for the CTA, it will be like very spontaneous pitch and the conversion will be more. Because last time when I made one reel, which is around 9K or something reached in 24 hours, the people literally who filled the qualification forms, like in the calendar, the questions they were made, that's really good. Even I'm not expecting that kind of quality leads to come in.
Wow.
They were making like around like 10K USD MRR, 30K USD MRR.
Mm.
I never imagined that kind of people will actually come to the reels rather than
Yeah,
stories. But when you make the messaging right, they are coming.
for sure. I love that. Yeah, definitely, because everybody watches reels. It's just about you
Yes,
getting to them, right?
yes.
Understood. And when you talk about messaging, right?
Hmm.
Give me an example of, let's say, good messaging and bad messaging. I'll give you, let's say, I'm again a graphic designer. I design graphics again. How can
Okay.
I, let's say, what is a common messaging that people do wrong, or like the things they say, and what is a
Mhm.
good messaging that they can turn it into? So, like a
Okay.
before after.
When I scroll my feed or see any kind of LinkedIn posts that are coming, the main problem that I see in the messaging, they'll say like your design has to look crispy and your brand deserves a good spotlight.
Right.
Your brand needs a good design and you have to attract people in a very visual way. So these are the kind of messaging that people do.
Mm.
But the messaging should be in a way, say for example, they are designing a website or something, or even a post. Okay. So if the post is getting like 100 views, the attention is like less on the post. So the conversion will be obviously low.
For
If
sure.
the engagement of the view is attractive, even like say for example 150 or 200 from the normal design to maximum good design, the conversion will be more.
Mm.
So from the consumer side, what the design is looking is not the problem.
Mm.
What the end product, like the conversion, is the problem.
Right.
So how your service is going to bridge that? That is the
Mm.
message that they should be taking. Instead of saying like your brand deserves a spotlight, or instead of saying like your visual should be attractive to get more engagement, you should be saying if you can attract 1,000 more people with better designs, won't the conversion be increasing?
Mm.
So that is exactly what I do. I scientifically analyze what you are doing and where the users will tap on, and with the psychology behind it, I create graphics that are meant to grab attention. You can
Mm.
like attach a KPI, maybe like 10% increase in the views that you are getting with the designs that I'm providing.
For sure. So hit the pain, give the proof, give the CTA.
Yes.
Sounds actually very interesting because people use this niche jargons like make, I don't know, like JPG PNG images and like stuff that people like founders don't even know about,
Exactly.
and then they're like get good design. But I think the problem that there is people think very selfishly when they create content. They think what do I think would be good, not what do they want to be good, and that is where the disconnect happens.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Gani, for that. And
Yeah.
going to that point, when you did grow to let's say 10K and the followers were the leads were not coming, what change did you specifically do instantly? Like, give me some realistic like experience changes or some post changes that you did. Did you change the hooks? Did you change? What did you change?
If you say in terms of the post, and as a person who I'm like changed when I hit the 10K followers, is I am kind of tired. Like getting, okay, there is views. Okay, like I invested my time, I invested money in it. So what is now? Like 10K,
Hmm.
okay, sounds good. What next?
Hmm.
Another 20K, another 30K. So if I keep on chasing that number, why am I doing it? Like what's the reason behind it?
Hmm.
So the one thing that I changed is like I'm done with attention, like empty attention. I don't want that.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
want to get a kind of a community. On
Hmm.
Instagram, it is like very difficult to build a community
For sure.
and a kind of lead generation platform where I have to like sell every day. I have to like make money every week. Like it is not like one I have to rely on clients. I have to rely on consultation calls to make money.
Hmm.
So like I should make a friend where all the traffic is collected. Like I treat Instagram as a kind of a ball that I can throw it somewhere in the ocean, and
Mm-hmm.
that ocean is spread. So I can post it, and whenever I want attention, I can get that, and then I can collect them inside my fund.
Now, can I'll ask you a very interesting question because a lot of beginners will want the answer to.
Hmm.
Let's say I am at zero.
Sorry,
I
you are
let's I am at zero. I know nothing about
okay.
creating
Okay.
content. I'm just starting out and I am anybody.
Mm-hmm.
How can my me as a person who has 100 200 friends following me start making money from Instagram first of all as soon as possible? So what is the closest thing or the best thing to do right now or in the long term? So give me two answers: short term, long term. So what is the short term goal that I should have? Long term.
So if you're having only your friends following, that's a very good thing. So you can
Okay.
instantly make a reel saying like, "Hello, my 24 followers who are following me," and make a reel. That will definitely go viral because when you are making like a video with saying like, "Hello, my 24 followers. So today I have nothing to show. This is what I'm gonna do." So
Hmm.
like create a document of it. So going forward, this is what I'm gonna do.
Hmm.
So start with a documentation of what exactly you're doing. And if you are having a long term goal, like doing something and getting it to there, so keep the short term goal as like documenting the process of how exactly you are doing and end it somewhere. Then go ahead with the lead generation that you are offering. So that would be a kind of perfect roadmap because I'm also suggesting my sister the same thing. And strange enough, she is having like only 24 followers with 10 posts made, and she onboarded her first inbound client. So that's how the
Wow.
things work.
Okay, that's crazy. How did that experience go? Run me through that.
Like honestly, it is her hard work. I am not going to take any credit for that. What I showed her like is how to shoot and how
Hmm.
to like think about a process or think about a script and everything. She
Hmm.
did her work and she did every other thing. And despite the reach and everything, she was showing up, showing the work that she is doing on a daily basis, like a
Hmm.
documentation.
Hmm.
And a inbound lead came in, like a UGC creator. She came in and she offered her the work. So obviously, like the person asked like
Wow.
for a previous work, but she didn't have anything. So she simply said like, okay, I can edit a sample video if for yourself. If you like the video, like you can pay me on one board. If you don't like the video, you can give me honest feedback, and that is fine. So that is
That's
how it is going for that.
wow. And the power of content right now, it's like 24 followers. Like that's pretty crazy because people used to be like, I need 10,000 followers to even start, but they don't know how much value 10,000 that number holds.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Great to hear that. I would like to go back to that thing you were talking about, authority first approach that we were talking about before this started as well. Just first quickly run people through what that means, what that type of content means, and then I'll ask you some specific questions.
Okay. Authority first approach is like instead of sharing like what is going viral and educational content, like 5 steps to do that, 5 steps to do this, do that. So share your experience, like put it forward, like what exactly you would do if you are at that place.
Hmm.
So I have like 6 clients right now. If I
Mm-hmm.
have to start from scratch, this would be my roadmap. So instead of like saying like follow this to get 5 clients, this is making more impact because it
Hmm.
is coming from my experience. And
Hmm.
people would love to see something which is from experience rather than guide because they can get guide anywhere. The experience only genuine people can give. And when
Hmm.
you give the experience, you will come across as a trustworthy person automatically because that's how it works. So if you show the proof along with the experience, along with some value that you are providing, it is like a golden ball that you can carry. So that's
For
how
sure.
the first approach works.
Yeah, you explained it so right that I'm having trouble thinking of some questions to ask. But I think it's like the thing that Alex Amuzi said, that proof always wins over a promise.
Exactly.
If I'm like, hey, do this, if I point the finger to you, you're like, hey, I don't want to do this. Why? Who are you to tell me? Right. So yeah, that plays to the psychology really well. And have you seen some results? Like, what results have you seen using this approach? Like, give me a before and after from your experience. Give your experience with this.
Okay. So, like after hitting 10K, like when we can go back to the same mark again. So after hitting 10K, like the views were decent, like 8K, 7K, 6K, and gradually it started decreasing because of the value bombard. Like
Hmm.
that's what happening in my profile. So if you want to do this, do that, do that, do that. So it is like value bombing to people, and people are tired at some point because I don't want to like I'm not opening Insta to learn something.
Hmm.
I'm opening Insta to scroll reels and feel something in my heart, which I'm according to my emotions, obviously.
Hmm.
So I'm not here to like first learn something from the audience perspective. So if I'm opening, the person who's like attracting my attention would be like sharing something like this shit happened and this is how I went through it. So this happened, like I'm having this, and to be honest, it was the same like last year. So these are the kind of content that I tend to watch as a consumer. So I started going to that lane from the
Hmm.
experience, more of an experience. Like what makes Kani as Kani?
Hmm. I like that. Yeah, for sure. And I think that also recently the when Daniel Dillon, right?
No.
So Daniel is like the Gary Vaynerchuk for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was the one, the daily V he used to do. He started that vlogging thing, showing the behind the scenes of a creator. I think that's coming back again. Because everybody is done with those highly edited videos of everyone being like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And like Instagram becomes an encyclopedia. Nobody wants that.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, like a lot of people don't like that. They are
Mm.
not here to like scroll
Yeah. Yeah.
education content, to be honest. Obviously, they're here.
For sure. I love that. And how do you like, because you were a big on emotional marketing tactics and all that. So when you did learn this authority based approach and when you came into this side, how did you combine it together, or was it the same thing from first?
The emotional marketing, once I started teaching that to people, oh my god, it was so saturated. If
Acha.
even now, if I open the LinkedIn,
Hmm.
all my post or the post in my feed will have the same framework applied.
Wow.
And now I can't stand up.
Hmm.
So like I'm a kind of person who wants to stand out all the time. I don't want to like left behind. I don't want to blend in.
Hmm.
So like I tend to keep something in my eye, like okay, I have to do that, I have to do this to actually like stand out. Like if it is Kani, like I should be remembered some way. So when this emotional marketing getting diluted with all the posts in my feed, I have to upgrade somehow.
Hmm.
So I was thinking like, okay, if everything is same, like the emotions is same, how can I prevent the same emotions and put it into some different angle where I can like sound even more authoritative than every other one.
Hmm.
So that's when this emotional like
Authority
authority
based.
first approach came into my mind.
Yeah, where you share your experience makes so much. And I love the fact that you said you have to always upgrade yourself as a creator. So what are
Yes.
some ways that you did it? Because a lot of people, they get the virality, they get to a point, and then they get to a point where they are creating the same content as everybody else. So
Yes.
first of all, how does a person themselves evolve and how do they evolve their content?
I would say if you have to evolve somewhere, you have to first understand that you are behind.
You are?
Like you have to, like you are behind.
Hmm.
Like you have to understand that, okay, like people are doing the same thing and I'm also doing the same thing, that I'm behind, obviously,
Hmm.
according to me at least. So I would say, like, honestly admit that you are in the learning phase and you have to move forward. So only when you are in the exploring stage in your mindset way, you will be able to find the loopholes that others are missing and you will be able to like fix the gap. So for that, first you should stop winging it, like I pretending to know, like, okay, I know that too.
Hmm.
So it is like keeping an open mind and seeing the loopholes of what others are doing that is wrong, and how can you improve yourself so that you will bridge that gap as well and still shine better. So
Hmm.
find what is exactly is the gap between people are doing.
Right.
So once you do that, the loopholes are like loopholes will be so visible, because judgment is so easy for any other of us. Like it's a human nature, and it will be like easy for so many people. It is so easy. So it is easy to judge.
Yeah.
But how exactly you judge in a way that improve yourself, not like criticize other person.
Hmm.
So when you go into that zone, it will be easy for you to see something and become the bridge for that gap that you are seeing.
For sure. Yeah, that's really true. Like I heard an advice of you, like I don't know, there was a pretty flaky advice. People were like, if you want to improve, just learn. But the way you said it makes more sense. Ki, look at other people, look at what they are not doing, because the human mind is used to that. Right.
Yes.
And what did you see that people were not doing? That was that. Could you explain how the authority first approach came in? Like, what was the story behind it? The exact story.
If I had to go back to my thought process,
Hmm.
again, I said, like, when I open this LinkedIn, I see a lot of people are doing emotional marketing as well. Like, you are posting this, you are doing that, doing that. Okay, people are tired of that, and that is fine. Like, they are doing, obviously. So calling out just their actions is not enough.
Hmm.
So if you have to like stop doing that, like what people are not doing is something that they have done for themselves. Okay, they are
Hmm.
always pointing that, okay, you are doing this, you are doing that, but nobody is going in a way that shows what exactly you did and why you are saying them to do that.
Hmm.
So that is where I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. That's when the post also changed to a very better way. And I have also like I have seen some people in LinkedIn as well, their content go viral despite not having this personal images and everything, pure value, pure graphics. And I started analyzing that content, like why exactly these kind of content is getting the cloud.
Hmm.
So one thing that I found, it is like very logical to read.
Hmm.
Whenever something is logical, people will get that aha moment. I was like, yes, that makes sense. And
Hmm.
that directly brings that engagement from people. So how can you combine that logical with this emotion? So logical when comes when you have some experience, like when you see with the expertise lens. So still the emotions are there. So combine this both, you will get the authority first approach.
Okay. So let me just recap it. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. First, you find the logical thing, that is the value, the thing you're going to provide, that is actually so true that people cannot deny it and they have that aha moment. And then you
Yes.
put it with your emotional story and thing to stand
Yes.
out from everybody else.
Yes.
Nice. Crazy. Now I'm gonna close a lot of clients. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
And it's like, I know you're gonna do it. Okay. So and also recently you started a new community. It was LeX, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
A lot of people in our field, or people who have, let's say, personal brands, these are for people who have already built it. They want to start some sort of free community, freebie, like a free lead magnet before they can put their product in front of them. So first of all, what would you say to these people of what lead should they create a lead magnet or not? Second, what type of lead magnet should they create? And third, should they create a community or not? So you can answer one by one by one.
Okay. So lead magnet is still an evergreen thing, but the way the lead magnets are created are getting like kind of low in grade. Like every other person is creating a lead magnet now.
Hmm.
And as a scroller myself, whenever I see a lot of lead magnet, I'm like, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it. So I'll keep everything and stack everything and set it aside. Then I go scroll again and I get everything and I stack it again. So that's how the lead magnets are performing right now. So it is like it should solve one immediate pain like that, and it should give that one instant gratification, and then it should go to the next step from the lead magnet itself. So that is not happening a lot of time. So a lead magnet should be created in a way that is giving them instant gratification. Like I implemented it, like something that can implement so shortly, still they will be able to get results.
Okay.
Something like it can be like even a long thing that like demands their commitment. Say for example, the school community that we have created. So it demands their commitment. So if they are commit to some specific creator, the trust will be huge. So there will be like kind of community that we can go and always support each other, and then like funnel works from there.
So would you suggest like anybody who has because a big creator did tell me that don't create a community, but you guys are pulling it off. So first of all, tell
Yes.
me like why did you guys think of a community? That, and how is it performing right now? What are the, like, are you getting sales from it? What is the benefit of a community?
First of all, when you have a community, like it's a closed circle from apart from the social medias. It is your own thing, right?
Right.
And they are like more loyal to you, loyal to one specific creator. So if they are having a query, they will not run to any other creator. They will come directly to me. And if they see me as a person who can solve their problem, they're happy to pay.
For
So
sure.
that's how a close knit of community is gonna help everyone in the long run. Like community creation specifically for target audience will work really well. Say for example, community for SaaS founders and helping them generate leads or something, helping their teams do that, and gradually you will like get hired by them as well. Like those sales will also happen. Like selling these mini digital products inside the communities will also happen. So just make that initial entry point less frictional so that they will be able to like get close to you.
Right. Okay. So it's like an added step of nurturing that happens, so that it's like a long game. Obviously, it's not gonna be like tomorrow you open a lead magnet and
Yes.
you get sales day after tomorrow.
Yes.
Obviously not. But yeah, and for your community specifically, is there any specific funnel that you have that they go through a course and then you put a, like, say CTA? What exactly have you structured your community with?
For my community, the value ladder goes like community, bootcamp, and then private coaching. So that's how the funnel has built. As like a lot of creators do the same thing, like lead magnet free stuff,
Right.
low ticket offer and a high ticket offer. It's the same way that my community is also created. And the sales inside the community, you can say this 30-day challenge. Even from the community, more than the community, from Instagram stories, I'm getting a lot of confusion. So I
Wow.
have to convert this community people even well for something better. So the entry point is Instagram stories, which is also a paid entry point. The reels are going to the non-followers, and the non-followers are getting inside the community. Those who have been following me with the other first approach, they are ready to take action at any time if you present the value in front of them. So that's what on Instagram stories is happening with 1,500 views.
Nice. Yeah, recently we also doubled down on Instagram story specifically. We are saying like just even putting a direct CTA gets you sales, like directly. People are, because on stories they're already nurtured. So do you have
Yes.
any specific like framework the way you structure your stories?
Yes, I have even made a lot of reels on that too. Like show like a captive framework. Capture the attention with I forgot what I even wrote. So it is like a four slide story, not more than that. Like never make a legend story more than 4 slides. So that you should
Why?
keep that. First one is a kind of triggering that desire.
Uh-huh.
Second one can be like even triggering that, like elevating the desire, and then showing what exactly can be done, and then the city. So
So
that
why,
is important.
I just interrupt you there. Why four specifically though? Why not more than
Because
four?
people will not like four, and it should be four, and it should be less text in each slide. Say for
Okay.
example, below 10 words, below 20 words. So that is how exactly each slide should be created.
Then,
Because the attention span is less, right? If you keep on like going, people will like scroll it entirely to other creators. Again, I'm not coming to Instagram to like get sold, like pay my money to someone.
for
Like I'm
sure.
here to see what other people are doing or just send meme to my friend and annoy her. So that is how the mentality for me to go to Instagram. So
Right.
if that is not happening, I will not like religiously follow the creator.
Hmm. For sure. That makes so much sense. And I really like the part where you said like have less text per slide, because even if the first slide has like this big amount of text, I'll be like, oh, I'll say like, no, I don't
Exactly.
want to go there. No, sorry. So yeah, that makes more sense. Got it. And Kasia, could you explain like what is the boot camp thing that you guys are implementing with this new AI agents and stuff that you have came through, which is very interesting for me also. You go over that.
AI agents, like right now, we are not using any AI agents. We have
Okay.
this custom utilities. Yeah. So this bootcamp is kind of you will not learn everything in depth and wait for like 5 months, 6 months to get results. So we have made every setup done. Just come in, learn how to use the setup, use it for 5 weeks, get 5 to 10 calls when you with the same promise that we are giving. You can move like along with your life accordingly. So you don't have to reinvent something. You don't have to
Mm,
like learn something for hours and hours and for 6 months and everything. Because people want results fast.
yes.
And if they are ready to do the stuff that we are doing, like top 5 people inside the program, inside this bootcamp, will also get consistent clients from our agency. So it is
Mm,
like we are training them and we are ready to give them work at
mm.
whatever price that they are charging. We are not going to like, this is the price I can afford you. It's not like that. It's
For
like
sure.
once they prove that they are capable of doing something, we are ready to onboard. So that is the main purpose of this bootcamp as well.
That's
To
nice.
train a person who is like having the better skills with AI,
Mm.
obviously we'll give the tools. We will tell them what to do. They can get themselves results. And if they can get themselves result, they will be like given more opportunity from our agency.
Mm.
So that's what this bootcamp is all about.
I like that. I like the way you have structured your value ladder. It's like I know a lot of people do it, but a lot of people at a very big stage they think about this. They think like I
Yes.
need this much. Like I guess Matt Gray does it, where he has like 300, 3 lakh or some, I don't know, big amount of following. But to now think that even with a small amount of followers, if they are the right people with the right messaging done, with the authority first approach that you've just told, they get ready to get into a community. They're even ready to do the work, which is really hard. Like people pay, but they don't do the work. And then
Exactly.
then again, like they get pay and they get into the boot camp. That's really interesting. Okay. Thank you, Gani, for coming to this podcast again. Really appreciate your work. This is like the second time we are shooting this, because last
Yes.
time we did it, I forgot to turn on the record button, and that was really interesting. But yeah, this time I think the record button is on and we are for sure recording it. Anyways, guys, if you are really serious about me getting leads, booking calls from your Instagram or LinkedIn, Kani is the person you should go to. I'll link her profile down below. She is starting her bootcamp from 14th, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, 14th we are starting.
14. So I hope I'll be able to launch this podcast before 14. Probably not. But even if you're watching this after 14, go to a community. I have seen the results she has gotten. Go and watch it. And other than that, guys, like this channel, subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.